What do we use to move things from one side to the other? What are those? Right, but
Decimals.
they have a special phrase, Dylan. Inverse operations. Okay? So we're going to be like, if something's being multiplied, you divide, right, to move it. If something's being added, you subtract it to move it from one side to the other. So today what we're going to talk about is, what if there aren't really any numbers and you're just trying to get a specific variable, like the letter, by itself? Okay? So we're going to start pretty basic, and then we'll work our way up to more complicated problems. So if I gave you this example here, we'll just A plus B equals C, and I want you to solve for A. Right? So I want you to get, Griffin, I need you paying attention because you're going to have the most questions. So turn around, face forward. Don't lean back on Daniel's desk. He does this, he gets his own space. Okay. So I have A plus B equals C. I want to solve for A. That means I want to get A by itself. Okay, so if I want A to be all by itself, what do I have to do to the B value? Zane?
Subtract it.
Yep, subtract B from both sides. So now I have A equals C minus B, and I'm done. I don't know what A equals. I don't know what C equals. I don't know what B equals. But I was able to get A by itself. That's literal equations. Like, how do I get one variable alone from the other multiple of letters that might be in the equation? Yes, sir?
So will these equations ever have numbers?
They might, but you won't actually be using them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They might have numbers in there, but your only goal for a literal equation is to get whatever they say to solve for by itself. You're not going to know the value of that necessarily. Okay? So let's try another one. If I told you that circumference equals 2 pi r, which it does, right? And I wanted you to solve for r. So how do I get r by itself? What can I do, Mason? You're close. I'm not going to subtract 2 pi. I'm going to do something with that term. I'm going to divide by 2 pi. Right? Divide by 2 pi. So now I know that circumference divided by 2 pi would give me the radius. And that's it. So you're just looking at what operations can I use to like move the pieces around so that I get a certain letter by itself. Sorry, it's kind of weird right there. Here we go. Yes, sir.
When you simplify the 6 into 2?
6.
Oh, it looks like a 6.
It's okay. It's all right. Circumference. It's fine. It's fine. We're moving on. Okay. Let's do another example. D equals M divided by V. Solve for M. So I want to get M by itself. Adam? Multiply both sides by V. So I would take this times V, now that's gone, and then this times V. So I'm going to get dV equals M.
Wouldn't it be VD?
Doesn't matter. When you're multiplying, you can do it either way.
Oh,
Okay. You can multiply in any order, right? But up here, when I had to have C minus B, you can't subtract in any order, right? So this had to be either C minus B or negative B plus C. You had to keep the symbol with that B, okay? All right, how about this one? Perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And I did my L like a cursive L because otherwise it might look like a 1.
yeah.
Thank you, Griff, you made it clarify.
I'm glad you approve, Griffin.
Thank you. Your W kind of looks like a 3.
I'm gonna,
No, wait,
you know what?
What?
You are gonna be out of this classroom. You are just trying to, you just want to talk. Stop. No.
Wait, what are we supposed to
Okay. I want to get W by itself. So no, there's a couple different ways I can attack this. What do you think? Not Griffin and somebody else. Carson. I'm going to subtract 2L from both sides. So now I have P minus 2L equals 2W. What was that, Grace?
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2. Divide everything by 2. This looks like a 0, so I'll make it look more like a P for our friends in the back.
1/2 of P plus 1.
Anybody have a question? No questions? Okay. So what we're going to do now, we're going to start the study guide together because there's a couple of questions I want to make sure that you guys have the right answers to so you don't get home tomorrow and then I get a million emails. I mean, I'll answer your emails, but not a million. He's not going to send an email.
No, I won't send emails.
He doesn't have time for that.
He doesn't have time to do that. He's gonna walk to the school.
What color is the sky? Like, letter, right?